Hello everyone, this is Linkimus Prime and welcome back to the NECA Godzilla series, and today we are taking a look at the NECA GMK Godzilla Heat Ray version. But before we take a look at the figure, I would like to take a quick look at the box. So this is the box we have for GMK Godzilla. It is another version of the GMK posters. You got Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Mothra, and Baragon at the front. Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, giant monsters all-out attack on the bottom. Godzilla logo up top. Same thing on the side, same thing on the other side, Godzilla 65. On the back we get our promo shots of the figure, and we also get a brief bio. At the top we get Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, giant monsters all out attack, and at the bottom we get the NECA logo and pretty much nothing. And then on the inside flap we get a picture of Godzilla, and we also get a picture of a background. So that is pretty much about it for the box. Now let me tell you why this figure is already better than this guy. He comes with an atomic breath. Take notes, Bandai. But anyways, getting right back into the review, this figure is interesting. I've already reviewed this, so you know there's a lot of things I'm going to be like looking at that's pretty much the same. The only difference is that this is the Heat Ray version. But so basically going into it, you know, you get the basic charcoal blackish gray color for the at least main part of the body. You get the kind of like lighter gray painted nails on the claws and on the hands and all that kind of stuff. And then the rest of it is blue and white, and it looks really nice in some areas. Now, but the thing about this figure, though, that's a little bit on the S side, is the fact that it can really only look good in one pose. And the reason I say that is because the lighting direction on everything on this figure is facing more so inwards. So there's lighting here on the stomach, on the neck, and on the face. And that's because light from the atomic breath would shine backwards, kind of hitting the face. It would shine onto the body because it's aiming more so down, so it reflects light on there, and it would also reflect light on the inside of the legs. Then we have light coming from here, so you know, because that's from the dorsal spines. So when you pose it, if you pose it from a different angle, it kind of breaks up the look. So that's the only really big downside about this figure, which sucks, but it's manageable. But going in on the blue painted detail, this is painted very nicely. I love the metallic white and blue for the dorsal fins. That is beautiful. I love the way that looks. We get some more blue here. Unfortunately, it stops like kind of right here, but it stops a little more naturally than like other figures like Bandai and, well, the last figure I reviewed, for example, but it's not as bad. But yeah, so we get a lot more blue painted for the chest, the neck, the arms, the insides, the legs, the knees, and on the face. And we also get the white eyes, which looks pretty cool. Now, the inside of the mouth is also painted entirely blue. The teeth are blue, the tongue is blue. Pretty much everything here is, you know, more so like a light blue, but it looks really, really nice in my opinion. Sculpted detail is really good as well. It's pretty much the same as the previous figure that I reviewed, or not the previous, but like the when I reviewed the last original version of this guy. And it's pretty much about the same, you know, all the same scaly detail. It's the same exact mold, but just bringing him in for a quick comparison. Here we have the NECA GMK next to the original NECA GMK. So they're pretty much the exact same figure, exact same sculpt, just, you know, kind of just different paint job. And some other differences are the nails. The nails on this one are painted lighter than this one, and you know, but yeah, the dorsal spine's different. Another cool thing is if you really want to, you can open up his mouth here and bring in the atomic breath, Make sure it's on this side and just pop that inside his mouth like so. And he could use the atomic breath from this figure. And that doesn't look too bad, but it doesn't fully fit in my opinion. But yeah, so there you have those two together, just to give you guys context of pretty much, you know, the mostly similarities, because they're the exact same figure, but in terms of paint, not so much. Now, when it comes to articulation, I've pretty much already gone over it before, but going over it again, we do have a hinge joint at the jaw, which allows it to open up that much and close. The head is on a ball joint, so it can look all the way around, up, down, all that kind of stuff. It can swivel as well. There is another joint here at the base, which also allows for more rotation, allows it to go down, up a little bit, and side to side. And then we do have a joint in here, but it's not double jointed. I believe it's on a single ball joint, so that is a little annoying because it feels a little bit on the loose side, but it does swivel, it can rotate, all that kind of stuff. The arms can rotate all the way around. Okay, that was a flake of paint that went somewhere. Anyway, so the arms rotate all the way around. They move out that much, which is really good. And in about, whoa, come on, in about that much, and there we go. You can get a little bit of swivel in there. You also have a elbow joint right here, so the elbow can move up and down. There is a swivel in here as well, and then there is a swivel in the wrist, up and down in the wrist, and a hinge joint in the hand. And there's a lot of paint flicking on my hands right now. That's so fun. Anyways, the legs can rotate around, not really all the way, but that's as far back as they can go. They can split a little bit and go in about that much, and that's really about it. There is a swivel at the knee. There is a bend at the knee, but that's probably going to be really hard to pull off, so I'm not going to do that. And then there is a swivel at the foot and a little bit of a pivot. And then finally we have the tail. I'm still not a big fan of this tail, and the reason for that is because it's only 3 segments. We get this segment, and then just this entire segment right here. So, you know, we get a swivel here, swivel in here, and a swivel in here. It can move a little bit, but it really just breaks it up, and it just doesn't look good. But the rest of this is bendy wire, so there's that. But that's just, yeah, man. Definitely one of my least favorite tails on a NECA Godzilla figure, and that goes the same for the regular version of this figure. But articulation, besides the tail, is pretty decent for what it is. Now, I did already technically show it off, but this figure did come with an atomic breath, and it was molded in a clear blue plastic, but it has this nice like light blue into white kind of wash on it, which looks really, really cool. Unfortunately, mine came warped, and I used a hairdryer to heat it back into place, but now it wants to warp back into the place it was before. So that's fun, because as you can see, it's curving a little bit, which it's not supposed to do. But anyways, you know, you want to have this angle right here. There's like these little teeth marks, and basically just open up the mouth, make sure it's facing in this direction, and just pop that in, and there you go. He has his atomic breath, and that looks pretty cool. Now, for a quick size comparison, I already compared him with his previous counterpart, but here we have him next to the NECA 1954 Godzilla, the NECA 2014 Godzilla, and my previous review, the NECA Tokyo SOS Godzilla. And for my final comments on this figure, I, again, would recommend it if it still existed. It's a really good figure. You know, I would say it's better than the SH Monster Arts simply because it comes with an atomic breath. But you know, it's not perfect. But I do like the GMK Godzilla design, so this is definitely my kind of thing. But you know, it's a pretty decent figure. Tail, again, least favorite tail on a NECA Godzilla figure. The torso isn't really fun like it is on the other one, but everything else is pretty much fine. I like the paint job on this. I think the paint job is really cool. I just wish it didn't work in only like one direction, but you know. But yeah, so you know, at the time it retailed for about $20-25 now. I actually got mine for only like 40 bucks, like $45, which is really good actually for a NECA figure, because a lot of people are charging a lot more online, and funnily enough they are charging a lot more for mostly bootlegs, which is even worse. So I'm glad that I have a official figure and not a bootleg, but you know. But I really do like this figure, but yeah, so anyways guys, that is about it for this review. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.